during Week 8, the Broncos lost their first game against the Chargers. Can Los Angeles finish the sweep? The answer comes your way next on Madden Football.
Night beginning to fall over Southern California, but the lights are shining bright here at the spectacular SoFi Stadium in metropolitan Los Angeles. Tonight, it's the final morsel in our Thanksgiving feast, and we got a good one in store, as it'll be the Denver Broncos taking on the LA Chargers. Hi, everybody. Brandon Gordon alongside Charles Davis. And, Charles, we take a look at this Charger club entering play here. They come in playing pretty good football, winners of 4 of their last 6 games. Meanwhile, for the visiting Broncos, they come in feeling good after back-to-back victories. Time to set the old turducken aside and get ready for football, as here we go on a Thanksgiving night. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped it to 17. Here are the Chargers ready to go on offense, led by their first-round pick in 2020. The man out of Oregon, Justin Herbert.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
And they'll run the option to start the drive. And maybe the wrong read there, as he's going to go down immediately. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. Well, that play never really got off the launching pad. He had a linebacker in his face before he had a chance to do much of anything.
Yeah, I think it's big boys up front, that offensive line. They've got to do a little bit better job of protecting him if they're going to continue to run the option like this.
Slant route going to be caught by Palmer. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that, because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Herbert setting up to throw on first down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Aaron Browning gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot. And the sack parade continues. Remember last week, they had an astounding 8 sacks, another one there on the opening drive.
And they have the mentality of just attacking the quarterback in the pocket, no matter what. They're one of those teams that says, we play the run on our way back to the quarterback, and that philosophy works for them very well.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. They'll run for the first time with J.K. Dobbins, and he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. But you look at this Bronco defense, and they've shown the ability to play tough against the pass, currently ranked number 9 in the NFL.
This secondary has really developed into one of the strengths of this team. They diagnose, they cover, they run, they hit. What a nice team.
And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Their opening drive here is going to result in a punt. They got 7 yards there, but not enough. Now 4th down, so the Chargers trot out J.K. Scott. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. This is brought in at the 21. Escapes the defender. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And the Broncos take over. First down and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yards with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100+ the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Chargers very strong in that victory a week ago.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
First carry for the Oklahoma State man, Chuba Hubbard. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. On third down, here's a run by Hubbard. And he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1.
You know, we might start getting some props here in the booth. You know, that one that says the D and then the fence that you put up next to it? How about that? They brought out the jumbo package and still couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage enough to pick up that first down.
Impressive. They were ready defensively for that jumbo set. The Chargers get set to go here for their second drive. They are riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meetings because everyone feels good about themselves. And for coaches, this is where they have to tell themselves, don't add too much, don't worry about game plans as much as players. So look at your play sheet and think, give it to the guys who play best and don't worry about the rest of it.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Herbert running left off the option. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped him. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Yeah, he'll be stopped at about the 38 after a pickup of 4. And it appears we have a Charger shaken up on that last play. More from L.A. in a moment. 3rd and 4. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. It's taken in by Quentin Johnston. And he is going to have the Chargers first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4. A pair of first downs gives them a 1st and 10 up at the 44. Herbert. He gets this underneath to Dobbins. So the completion good for just 3. And that'll bring up 2nd down. You look at this Bronco defense. They come into this one rounding out the top 10 in the 10 spot against the run.
I always think back to what my defensive coordinator in college used to tell me. Playing against the run is 11 individual battles, man on man. And are you going to win that battle? Are you going to whip the guy across from you and get to the ball carrier, wrap him up, and put him on the ground? Because the one thing he absolutely detested was yards after contact. Tackle him, put him down on the spot.
Here's Herbert now on 2nd down. Johnston on the quick slant.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 39. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Charger first. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 17 carries, 71 yards.
Well, obviously he didn't have a great deal of time between games, having to turn around on a short week and get ready for Thursday night football. But he said in pregame he was feeling pretty good and felt more recovered from last week's contest than he would have expected.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. So retract the yardage and retract the touchdown.
And retract the chunk play. Big strike there to get the touchdown. Now they've got to take it back and see if they've got another one still in their arsenal.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Here's Herbert. That's into the hands of Parkinson, the tight end. And this is going to be another first down as they make the tackle at the Broncos' 24-yard line. An option handoff here to Dobbins. And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
50 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Option play, and they'll hand to Dobbins. And he'll find his way down right around the 12. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Charger football to start quarter number 2. As they're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go. They'll try the air now with Herbert. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, LA. Josh Palmer with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Chargers post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Well, we have the scoreless first quarter of play. We sure didn't have to wait long into the 2nd quarter to get some action on the scoreboard.
So was the first quarter a feeling out process? I mean, that was an interesting quarter, wasn't it? Because we had some action, we had some good play, just didn't have any points. So now it's game on.
Now Raheem Blackshear going to take this one out. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. So now the 2nd drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. And they came into play here off 2 straight victories. They're back to 500 on the year. But, Charles, is this little mini run coming too late to salvage their season?
Well, they definitely dug themselves a hole that leaves them needing to play almost perfect football from here on out. But I do believe they think that they've got this thing turned around, and they are capable of doing exactly that.
From the 25, here's 2nd down and 8. On play action, they'll throw. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. After the turnover, here's Herbert. Blitz coming, and down he goes. John Kaminsky. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. They tried to go with a little play action there, but nobody on the defensive side bit.
Yeah, they adjusted in time and in a big way and ultimately got the sack. On offense, sometimes you're running play action just to set up a certain blocking technique. In this case, none of it worked.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up. Justin Herbert looking to pass. And this is going to be incomplete. Good work by that Bronco defense, and it leads to a 4th down.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. More from L.A. in a moment. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. Out of the gun, here's the give to Hubbard. And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. They'll get a couple yards back, but not more than that. They'll be left with 12 yards to go on 3rd down. We'll see what they have drawn up here a little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Kenneth Murray in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. Now a fair catch is called for and taken a few yards across midfield. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. J.K. Dobbins leading the way as the offense returns to the field. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air. That's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success at least so far here in the 2nd quarter. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. Right side, he has Johnston. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left. Dobbins running out of the gun. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
On 3rd and short, they'll try option left. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down, 3 yards in the wrong direction. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that will extend their lead even further. So 3 points there, and they continue to build this first half lead.
Yeah, a little bit helps. And the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
And Raheem Blackshear now to return it. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. And Denver getting set to take the field. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Hubbard. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
2nd and 14. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, there's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
They'll set up the screen here for Hubbard. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down. Blake Gillikin on to punt here as he'll send this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. That's taking it around the 40. Following the punt return here, there's someone shaken up. More from L.A. in a moment. The Charger drive about to get going. And, Charles, what a battle this is within the division because these guys, they've got the lead, but not by much. On the other side of the field, they're not going to. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Allen! 51 yards. And the Chargers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
And sometimes those slants, they can be so tough to defend after the catch. It just happens so quickly.
And really, what gets set up there is how quickly everything happens. In a hurry, and he just takes it and goes.
And he went all the way into the end zone. Extra point right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to an even 20. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Blackshear now on the return. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here.
They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Quick throw caught on wide by Renfro.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give them a short yardage situation here for second down. Out of the pistol, here's Williams. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he's going to have a Broncos first down as he's got this up to about the 34-yard line.
3rd and 1, who are you going to call? Not the scat back. You go with the big man. Hand him the ball and let him get upfield and pick up a first down.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
First down, they'll stay on the ground with Hubbard. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Trey Brown there on the stop. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And the Chargers are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. And his throw is incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
On second down, a run with Dobbins. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. 59 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times. On 1st and 10, Herbert. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Herbert now. His throw incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because any incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
On 3rd down, here's Dobbins.
And almost, but not quite. Needed 10, he got 9. 4th down.
The Chargers will bring out the field goal unit now. This will be from 49 yards out. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there and a nice win for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Denver's offense now set to go. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left. More than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
2nd and 5. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting it once, you get first half.
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. And while all of that was going on with a sack, it appears, unfortunately, we have an injured player. More from L.A. in a moment. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. A give up the middle, Hubbard. 5 yards gets him back near the original line of scrimmage as he'll be left with a 3rd and long. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
And based on my math, they've only converted one time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it, and that'll get this back down to a 20-point spread. Now, maybe a moral victory of sorts. They're on the board here late in the first half, but this offense just hasn't looked that sharp.
Yeah, but at least they got the 3 points, right? At least they have something to, quote-unquote, hang their hats on and maybe feel a little bit better about themselves as they head to the half.
The Charger drive about to get going. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room.
Ball start, offense.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. A false start backs them up 5, 1st and 15. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And some room to run now. Down the right sideline. And he'll take this down to the 40-yard line. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. A big pickup there on the run. And even 40 yards. And this one is no good. He missed it. And they will not be able to add on to their 20-point lead. So we've reached halftime here on a Thanksgiving night. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
All right, Brandon, once again, happy Thanksgiving, everybody, as we'll run you through what's going on both today and later on this weekend. Some great games still to come, and I think we highlighted one of the better ones right there, as they'll have to do battle with the Las Vegas Raiders. Lots to look forward to in the late games as well. One of the best being up in Seattle, where we find the Seahawks taking on the LA Rams. And then lastly, the nation gets a good one on Sunday night between the New England Patriots and the Baltimore Ravens. We're accustomed to seeing strong quarterback play. We got that in the first half from Justin Herbert. He came on after a slow start to fire 2 second-quarter touchdown passes and give his guys the lead at the intermission. These two teams running through their final adjustments before they head back out of the tunnel. And for the call of the second half, let's go back to SoFi Stadium and Brandon Gott.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. Well, they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
They'll bring Renfro in motion right. Lance with a tap forward on the jet sweep. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Solid gain of 18 yards and a Denver first down. Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end or the outside linebacker to give him that lane.
And I guess I need to clarify, I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game, but of course that was actually a pass as he popped it forward. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
Now on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the second half.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet. But they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on third down. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. We'll call that a 47-yard punt, a return of just 3. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. And the football going back over to the Denver Broncos. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Running the slant, Gray with it. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down. They'll run out of the gun. It's Hubbard. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
No, that wasn't an explosive run. That wasn't one that took it all the way to the house. But, boy, for a team that's had trouble running it the entire game, that's the kind of run they need, hopefully, to get themselves kick-started.
And he'll be close to a first down at the Chargers' 26. It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with third down coming up. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. 1 yard is the gain, and it's a first down for the Broncos. And now they'll throw with Lance. Being chased out left. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Trey Lance, his first touchdown on the year. And the Broncos are able to cut into that deficit.
Hey, you're down on the scoreboard, but now your offense is in close, and this is where, as a quarterback, you say, I've got to make a play here. Doesn't matter whether it's a pinpoint throw or a scramble like this one. He takes matters into his own hands and delivers a touchdown run.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that cuts this lead down to 13. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. So here are the Chargers to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw here, Herbert. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming 3rd down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of the momentum the other side is starting to gain.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd. And sensing the momentum maybe changing here a little bit, Charles.
Yeah, this defense is going to get off the field quickly, and their offense got them a touchdown the last time they had the ball, so they should get another shot.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. This is fielded at the 27. Call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on the 6-yard return. And they will take over 1st and 10. And Denver getting set to take the field. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
They stay on the ground this time. It's Williams. It'll be a gain of 2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with 3rd down looming.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
They'll try and run for this with Hubbard. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line.
Well, it wasn't a goal line situation, but how about the goal line formation on 3rd and short? They went in and went heavy. No surprise on who was going to get the football. How about the power exhibited there?
Yeah, that was just put a hat on a hat, drive forward. Nice job to pick it up. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. More from L.A. in a moment. Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 2. From the gun, it's Lance. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. And he gets it down to the 32. Still a few inches short of a 1st down as they come up now on 2nd down. Now Lance on the option right. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. He'll grab 3 yards on the play, taking it himself for the 1st down. So that was all you're looking for on a play like that. Get the 1st down and keep the drive moving.
Yeah, it just looked to me like he just said to himself, I've got this. I'll take it. I'll pick it up, and let's keep moving. Get the 1st down, get a new set, and they'll start over.
Down to about the 22 here. 46 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
Well, you hate that defensively. They had him pretty well corralled, but the face mask, that obviously changes things.
Yeah, it's a bit frustrating because you feel like you did everything right. You had him stop, but the hand gets up just a little too high, and the natural inclination is to hold on, and that's going to get called every time.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Second and goal from inside the 5. Williams is not going to get a whole lot, maybe a yard down to the 3. Calling a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's third and goal. Shotgun now for Lance. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. The Charger D making things difficult, and it's fourth down. Here's Michael Badgley ready for the field goal try. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. Badgley able to knock this one through, and that gets him back within 10. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps him inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. They had that first half lead, but they have been shut down here in this third quarter, so time to retool a bit.
And probably need to tap into that emotional vein that gets them back to really playing hard and effectively. Because a lot of times we think it's just play calls and this isn't working and they're shutting them down. Sometimes when you get a lead, you lose your edge. You don't play quite as hard. That's what they're looking for here.
Trying to get that edge back as they've watched this lead shrink a little. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10.
Dobbins going to take the handoff on the option.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Well, now hang on here because he appears to be shaken up. More from L.A. in a moment. The Chargers on third down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 11.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play.
More from L.A. in a moment.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Herbert running left off the option. Herbert has it knocked free. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line.
Partner, that would look like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the 4th. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here.
They trail by 2 scores in the 4th, and their defense did its job getting the fumble recovery. And time to see what this offense has left in the tank.
Following the fumble recovery, Lance. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Going for the knockout blow right there. I think if I'm up 2 scores, I'd be worried about an interception, but playing this way is what got him this lead. So you may as well ride it out to the end.
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield.
44 yards rushing for him now to this point. This now a 3rd and 4. Off of play action, here's Lance.
Flush to his right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Broncos unable to to convert here on fourth. And the Chargers will get the football back in excellent field position.
Quick slant complete to Melton.
It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it's second down.
They run behind center with Spiller.
And he'll get it down on the play to the 37.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. On the counter, it's Spiller. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line.
Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play.
More from L.A. in a moment. Now they'll try and set up the quarterback draw here.
Oh, no, he lost the football.
But it looks like one of the DBs has it.
And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
Well, that takeaway, partner, right there, that's a combination of coaching, execution, and absolute belief. Because a lot of guys will look at the scoreboard and go, this thing's pretty well done. But they still thought to themselves, if we can make a play, we give our teammates a chance to win it. And that's exactly what they did.
On first down, they'll start out with Hubbard.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. And now they're in the hurry-up.
They run the option on second down.
And he is going to lose yardage here. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
On third down, here's Williams. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
That one good for 13 and a Denver first down. Off the option, here's Williams.
And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on second down and 11.
The Lance now to throw.
Going up top. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
Backed up here. Tough spot. Needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Throwing his Lance on third down.
And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes.
Joey Bosa in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it.
Lets this go for Renfro downfield.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Broncos unable to convert here on fourth. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on fourth.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
2nd and 10. Here's Herbert once more. He's able to find Melton. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. 22 yards there, a first down. Here's Herbert.
Just looking at it from a defensive perspective, when you break the huddle in the red zone, tight end is one of the guys you got to key on because quarterbacks want the ball in their hands fast in this position, and they want to get it to someone. And in this case, he had the play. They just didn't complete it.
And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Herbert. And that is incomplete.
Well, that play was certainly a little bit different because on the previous play, he was sacked. This time, protection a lot better. Had time to survey the field and still couldn't find an open receiver.
And his kick is indeed good. And that will extend their lead even further. So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to start one away in the 4th.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist. But time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Denver's offense now set to go. And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. Let's see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game. And sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out. That's into a crowd and intercepted. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. And here in the 4th quarter, defensively, you know that you're just going to blanket the field with defensive backs and say, okay, take your best shot. And that time, it's intercepted.
And we've often seen teams go into the prevent early, way too early, and sometimes they get too soft in their coverages. But not in this case. They understood the situation and played it with the proper aggression.
After the turnover, here's Herbert. He'll get that complete to Parkinson. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And it's 2nd down. Now it's Herbert. He gets this out to Spiller. And he'll go down at the 28. 5 yards on 1st down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. Touchdown, Chargers. Colby Parkinson, 28 yards. And the Chargers are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. Now they'll bring one of their tight ends in motion right. They're going to try and run with Spiller. And he is not going to get in there. He stops short of the goal line, and the lead is going to stay right where it is.
You know, sometimes the guy on the defensive side of the ball, he just has a good feeling or a good read, and he unleashed his defense on that one. Boy, they stopped him in a big way.
Yeah, I hate to be cliche, but sometimes we overanalyze. They just have more want. Looked like they had more want right there.
More want and more people to the ball.
So the Broncos coming out now. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Now Lance unable to escape, and down he goes. Khalil Mack coming in from that outside linebacker spot. He gets him down. It's a loss of 5. Straight ahead with Hubbard. He'll get 2 yards back, but it's going to leave him with a long 3rd and 13.
Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
The Broncos send out their punter now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. And taken right at the 35. 43-yard punt, but they get 9 back on the return. And we have reached the 2-minute warning. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles.
They're looking at a 3rd straight win here if they can hold on.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. A handoff to Spiller to begin the drive. And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning.
Right back to Spiller on 2nd down.
And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And he is going to have the Chargers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Again, they run it with Spiller. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Didn't get to the sticks, but that's an ideal carry there on 1st down, isn't it?
I mean, now you're 2nd and 1. Although, you know, in the NFL, even if he picked up the 1st down, I don't think it's a big difference because the clock doesn't stop.
Yeah, not like college.
Right. If it's college football, you want to 2nd and 1 is probably better than picking up the 1st down because in college football, the clock stops with every 1st down and actually aids the defense in that situation.
So this one's over. It's in the win column for the L.A. Chargers. And this coaching staff, CD, I think you'd agree, pleased with this overall effort.
Oh, I think they're more than pleased, right? They've got to look at each other like, wow, we just pulled this one off in a big way. Great job of motivating, even better job of game planning. They were facing a top 10 defense, so they had to make sure that everything was buttoned down, and they had it ready to go, and their guys executed.
Yeah, they were concerned not only about moving the ball through the air, but also on the ground, but both really started to come in sync. So for L.A., their playoff chances take an uptick as they move to 7-4. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, it's starting to look like it won't be their year as they drop to 5-6.
And they'll be on the road next week as they travel to Pittsburgh to take on the Steelers.
So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.